So as my time comes to an end here at VMware Explore 2024 in Barcelona, it's time for me to just reflect on what are my thoughts from the show, what have I taken away. We all know of all the changes that have been going on at VMware since the acquisition, but for me this kind of just cemented maybe why those changes were needed and what the future is for VMware. I think VMware had grown to a behemoth with so many different product lines, quite a lot of complexity in those products. I think a wonderful user base and an amazing community had grown around it, and I think that was something that VMware was very good at. Undoubtedly, since Broadcom has come in and Hock Tan is kind of taking the leadership, it is first and foremost around the business, making sure that it is a good, stable, strong business for the future. And it kind of feels that the change was needed from a business perspective. Now, that hasn't been easy to stomach for users and VMware staff, but the reflection upon that strategy for VMware is they now have a clear vision. Undoubtedly, they are the private cloud specialists. VCF is core to that vision, and things like private AI are driving them forward. Everyone we have been speaking to at VMware Explore is always talking about VCF. Hock Tan spoke about simplicity was needed, that everybody loved vSphere, but everything else needed to be simplified. It needs to be a lot easier. VCF 9 is undoubtedly going to be the biggest change that we're going to see, I think, in that VMware portfolio. They've not committed to a time frame, and I hope that means that they're going to spend the time to get it right. Not only just from an operational standpoint, but I really hope also from an implementation standpoint. It's got to be very easy to adopt, and I think with the new pricing models, this is key to VMware's success in the future. If people have kind of had to upgrade to VCF from version of vSphere because of how the licensing changes have happened, then VMware's success is dependent upon people being able to use those features and see the benefits from it. So that is really important now, and what I look forward to seeing next year. Undoubtedly, the show is smaller. It's been suggested that it's probably about 1/3 the attendees this year in Barcelona of previous years. And whilst VMware and particularly vSphere has been kind of inclusive, it didn't matter what size your organization was in the past, vSphere was the right solution for you, from a 2-node cluster up to many hundreds of nodes in the biggest banks around the world. Moving forward, this private cloud vision isn't for everybody. Hock Tan even suggested that on stage, saying not everybody will see the value, the commercials won't work, but we move on. And so will some of those customers as well. They will make the decision, and I think it's time that we all kind of just look to that. What do we need from our infrastructure? What is our strategy? What are we trying to achieve? Undoubtedly, that private cloud is the right strategy for many organizations. But for some, it simply isn't needed, and other alternatives will need to be considered. So it's been an amazing time here at VMware Explore. The community is here. There's been great appreciation from the likes of Joe Bagley, even Hock Tan, around that community. I look forward to see what happens moving forward. Unsure if we're going to be in Barcelona next year. It's been suggested that maybe there's something different next year. So I look forward what's to come. I hope you've enjoyed my coverage. Make sure you check out techdoodles.co.uk. Connect with me on Twitter over at virtualizereal, or let's connect on LinkedIn to continue the conversation.